What's going on, guys? Sean Davis here for the Raptors Nation, back with another film breakdown for you guys here today. In today's breakdown, I'm going to show you guys the pivotal mistakes that the Raptors made in the closing moments of Game 3 and how they would unfortunately lose that game and fall down in the series 3-0. And obviously, I'm going to show Joel Embiid's clutch three-point shot and what the Raptors could have done to correct that. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the breakdown. So the first play we're going to look at, Tyrese Maxey misses a baseline jump shot. The Raptors are going to push in transition, and they need a basket here desperately. So what they're going to do here is get into one of their favorite actions that Nick Nurse likes to run, and that's having a guard setting a ball screen, so having an inverted ball screen here to try to get the switch. They've done this play so many times this season. So you get the switch, but just clumsiness, and I get it. This is a very young team, and head coach Nick Nurse talks about it a lot, that, hey, this is a young team. We need these reps and game experience. But Precious Achiuwa just can't field the ball, and now it's a turnover, and the Sixers go back down the floor. These are just big plays and that the Raptors just couldn't get. And again, they're a really young team. Pascal Siakam was pretty much the only guy that had significant experience on the championship team. OG was there, but he's still a young player. You just have a bunch of young guys on this team that don't really know how to win in the NBA playoffs yet. And so plays like this just really, really hurt you. And it's unfortunate, but just stuff like this, you can't happen if you want to win a playoff game. A little bit later on, so now it's actually the next possession. Philly, they come down. You have a spread ball screen, and Embiid sets. They're trying to switch on here a little bit. You get OG on and Embiid. Maxey relocates after passing that ball to Embiid. This is just a great defensive possession by the Raptors. So give them credit for getting the necessary stops that they needed to give them a shot to win this game, especially after having some really, really rough offensive execution coming down the wire in the fourth quarter and in overtime. So the gritty, nasty Raptors, if you will, they kept themselves in it by having great defensive possessions like this one. And Embiid misses that shot. They secure the rebound. Great job here by the Raptors. Now, let's look at the final stretch. I don't like the strategy that the Sixers implemented here, which basically they are saying we're going to wind the clock all the way down, try to take the last shot. That's fine, but the problem is they got really lackadaisical, and they're just watching the clock. And now Embiid, he gets the ball poked away. Now he has to heave up a shot near half court, but Doc Rivers sprints all the way past half court. That nearly touches Nick Nurse, we're being quite frank, and has to call a timeout. And he's going to drop a really nice play here. But, again, I don't like and don't agree with the strategy at all. And I think Nick Nurse is telling them, do not foul, we are fine. But I don't like the strategy at all by Doc Rivers and the Sixers. And, again, Doc, he tries to go all the way down there to call timeout. Now, the play that they draw up, I know a lot of people are really frustrated and nerve-wracking about why is Fred off the ball? Why is Fred sagging on the bunch formation? Well, he's doing this to make sure the slip doesn't happen, and because that might be a look they might try to get. And also, you have Tyrese Maxey and Yang Day flare over top to clear out towards the weak side of the floor, okay? And then you have Tobias Harris set that screen for Embiid. He's going to pop off. Now, before we look at this play, let's go back to 2017 when Doc Rivers was still the head coach for the Los Angeles Clippers, because they ran a play very, very similar to this one that they ran against the Raptors the other night. They ran to the other side, though. So you have Blake set that screen. JJ looks like he's setting the screen for Jamal Crawford. And then Blake, he sets that pin down for JJ and then slips towards the basket. And JJ just misses this three here. It's a really nice set and play design here by head coach Doc Rivers. And they just couldn't hit the shot there, and they would unfortunately lose that game against the Dallas Mavericks. Now, in this game, again, they run it that time towards the other side of the floor. You have Niang and Maxey. They flare out towards the opposite side of the floor. And then you have Tobias Harris set that in screen, if you will, on for Joel Embiid. And the problem here on this play, it is not Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet is not the problem. The problem on this play, and it's how they botched it, is that you have to switch that screen. And Gary Trent Jr. is in no man's land on this play because Tobias Harris has such a good screen on Precious Achiuwa that nobody is even close or in position to contest on that shot because Fred is too low because he's worried about a potential slip opportunity. So Precious and Precious and Gary Trent Jr., they have to be able to communicate and talk this play out and say, no, we got to switch this. And that's typically what teams do down the stretch in games, inside out and under out of bounds situations, especially when the game is on the line. You switch everything so that a play like this doesn't happen. And Fred VanVleet, he's just too low on the play by design. That's good. But the real mess up on this play is that they didn't switch it. The mess up isn't the fact that Fred VanVleet was on the inbounder. I get that. But you cannot, in any situation, this is why you switch everything on under out of bounds, inside out of bounds, with the game on the line. And that was the real mistake. And unfortunately, you just saw the hope out of the Toronto fans just absolutely leave them as soon as Joel Embiid hit the shot. Again, a great set, but just not well defensive execution here by the Raptors. That's it for this breakdown, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope you guys are learning things, X's and O's wise, why coaches do certain things from these breakdowns. If you guys are new, please subscribe and hit that post notification bell to the Raptors Nation YouTube channel so you always stay up to date to whenever we release new content. It's going to be a very busy offseason for your Toronto Raptors. Also, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Sean_DAVI and on Instagram at Sean_Davis23. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.